What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrub here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I know I am. And today I have a story for you guys about a Karen interaction I had while I was chilling in San Diego on vacation. It was a beautiful time, you know. I had a lovely time chilling on the beach, doing what you gotta do to survive out there in those hard streets. But regardless, I did have an interaction with a Karen that basically was summarized by an old man on the side of the road just screaming, "Go home, Karen, you're drunk," until she finally left. And yeah, I know you guys love Karen stories, so I figured I would tell you guys so that way you guys are entertained, of course. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into some Karen mayhem. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
It's not good. Nice rack in her ass Brazilian. Just turned 21, but my bank's a million. Swear I'm a little drunk, but it's a...
So basically, me and my family go on this trip every year to the beach just because, like, that's a good place to have a vacation. I don't know about you guys, but this is my personal belief on vacations. I hate when people go on vacations and they really want to be doing stuff the entire time. Like, look, when I'm on vacation, I just want to sit on the beach and hang out. Like, I don't want to go do stuff, okay? The last thing I want to do on vacation is have a schedule. So we go on this vacation to the beach every year. And so we're on the beach, and this year's been a little bit different, obviously, due to, like, coronacation. So I was doing my best to try to stay as far away from people as possible. Whenever I was, like, you know, not in the water and there was people around, I was trying to, you know, like, hold my breath or wear a mask. Like, I wasn't trying to cause problems, you know? The only reason we even went is A, we're only a state away from California, so we could drive and not fly. And B, we had gotten a place that was like literally across the street from the beach. So while most stuff was closed, we didn't have to interact with a lot of people, you know? Like we went and got groceries the day before in our town, drove down with them. Like, we had basically just done our best to not cause any problems. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't want anybody yelling at us. I'm not trying to, like, spread a virus. Like, I'm not trying to cause problems. So whatever, most people on the beach were, like, pretty the same way. They would stay out of your space and, like, just not cause problems, you know? And so the first couple days we're there, we don't have any issues. We would go to the beach and set up, and people would set up, you know, 20, 50 feet away, which on the beach is pretty normal anyways, especially when it's empty. You don't need to be like 6 feet away from me. That's just whack. Social distancing on the beach should be mandatory for other reasons. Like, I don't know, it's kind of weird to put your beach towel right next to me, you stranger. Like, what, do you want to look at my abs that badly, Karen? Chillax, chillax. Regardless, one day we get there and we set up and we're doing our thing, and this lady and her family come and set up maybe like a foot away. Like, their towel is a foot away from our towel, and there's all these people, and the mom just looks like a Karen. She's got that haircut that just screams sass and 2 divorces, you know? Her kids have that, like, look of entitlement. They're wearing those swim shirts with slogans on them that are like, "Rad Surfer." Like, you know those kids. They're wearing, you know, shorts with, like, dogs on them. The one kid's swim shirt said, like, "Sick hoops." What? Oh, okay, man, sick hoops. You're at the ocean. Why do you have a basketball swim shirt? Because your mom doesn't know how to dress you? Yes, that's why. So whatever, they're there. And the kids were like relatively normal. I mean, obviously they were like a little bratty, but that's their mom's fault. But the lady sets up like a foot away from us, and my mom is kind of like, oh, they're kind of close, you know, like kind of getting uncomfortable. So my parents, for whatever reason, are kind of like afraid of confrontation. They're afraid to say anything if they're uncomfortable, but like, you know, the law is the law. They're supposed to be 6 feet away, and like, they were just being obnoxiously loud and just, you know, like at one point their kids were just jumping onto our towel, and like one of them walked over to our cooler and like took something out of it. So they were just being whack, and my parents were complaining, but they didn't want to say anything. And when other people are afraid to say stuff, like if you're afraid to speak up in a situation, I don't really have that problem, mainly because, I don't know, I feel like if you're bugging me, I have the right to say something. The same way, like, goes for other people, dude. Like, if I'm bugging you, you know, if I'm invading your personal space, please tell me, because I'm not doing it on purpose. And B, yeah, it's annoying when people invade your personal space. So I go and I'm like, hey, can you guys please move a little bit? Like, you're being loud, you're taking stuff, and not to mention, like, due to the coronavirus, you're not supposed to be this close to us anyways, you know? And that is when she opens her mouth and turns to talk to me. And like, I had always been about 6 feet away, and they hadn't been drinking on the beach, so I didn't realize this, but when she opens her breath and talks to me, dude, it smells like a bottle of isopropyl alcohol, dude. Something you use to clean your cuts with. Like, I don't know if this lady was just drinking vinegar or what, but she had been drinking some strong stuff. And I can kind of tell that she's been drinking strong stuff because now I'm actually paying close attention to what she's saying, and she's like, why don't you guys move? You guys are the ones that should move because this is our spot. And we're kind of like, I can't even say we because the rest of my family is just kind of sitting there watch me handle this because, I don't know, I guess it's my responsibility. I got like the Karen fighting mantle of the family. Everybody else is like, no, if someone's complaining to the manager, you must let Ryan handle it. He has gotten the crest. So my family's just letting me fight this Karen, which is not super chill at all. So she's obviously out of it, and I'm like, look, can you just move a little bit? And she's like, no, you move. So whatever. I'm like, all right, you are clearly not here, so we will move. Because this lady is clearly out of it, and now she's mad at me, so the last thing I want to do is stay put. So I tell my family, I'm like, look, we're just going to move. I asked her to move. She ain't moving, and trust me, we're going to want to move. So we move like 20 feet down the beach, and of course, within like 5 seconds of us moving, she walks over and starts like getting up in my face again and is like, you know that I know who you work for. And I'm like, what? And she's like, you know that I know who you work for. I'm like, wait, what are you talking about? Because believe it or not, I don't work for anybody. My job is talking crap over surf gameplay on the internet. Like, but you probably sounds really stupid. Trust me, I think it's stupid too. But like, I don't know who I work for. And she's like, oh no, you're a liar. I know you work for government. I'm like, I work for the government. And she says, yeah, that's why you told me to wear a mask is because you work for the FBI and you're trying to control everyone. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, I know. I watched a YouTube video about how the FBI is sending people out undercover to get control. And here's the thing, man. I've met some crazy people in my life. I have an uncle that's a conspiracy theorist. He's a nut job. And I can firmly tell you, no one has ever said that I work for the FBI undercover. I've talked to some crazy people. I do not look like an FBI agent, first of all. And second of all, how bad of an FBI agent would I be? So I tell her that. I'm like, look, if I'm an FBI agent that's entire job is to come here and control you, then why did I just walk away after you told me that you weren't going to move? Like, why did we move? If I was an FBI agent that's only job was to come make sure that you had a mask on, like, why would I have just left? And she says that it's because she feels bad now and the FBI knows how to mind trick people, so it was like a guilt-tripping mind trick. I'm sorry for not doing it in the drunk voice. It's just kind of hard to do. Are you ready? I'll do my best. You guys know the FBI, you guys, the mind control, and then it makes me feel bad, but you're brainwashing me. And I'm like, well, all right, lady. So she's kind of losing it. So I'm starting to laugh. And that just makes her angrier. But like when someone is looking at you and telling you that you work for the FBI, when you literally just tell stupid stories on the internet, like it's just hard not to laugh. So she starts getting mad that I'm laughing at her, and she starts like pushing me. But the only problem is she's a really, really drunk small lady, and I'm like a 6'3" man, you know? Like it just doesn't work out very well. And as she's doing this, I start laughing even harder. And her kids come over and start like trying to take mom away, you know, like trying to pull her away. And she's like, no, he's the FBI. She's like freaking out. Apparently I work for the FBI, guys. Little known fact. For anybody out there who doubted my credentials, you probably should, because I'd be a bad agent, but I definitely do work for the FBI according to this Karen. So as she's like getting pulled on, you know, she's just yelling stuff at me about how I made up all this stuff to control her and she won't be brainwashed like these other sheep, which, hey, good for you, man. I'm not trying to brainwash you, Karen. Trust me, the last thing I want is you listening to more of what I say. I'd prefer you walk the other direction. And like, if you've ever been on a California beach, there's just old people who have lived in California most of their life for whatever reason are like super chill, like the beach bums. Not the old people that are, you know, like in LA, oh my god, I love Jeffree Star or whatever, but the old people that are like the beach bums. So this old guy is kind of like walking by with his dog, and he looks over and sees this, and I'm just laughing, and he's kind of like looking at the situation standing there. And the Karen finally just starts looking around and is like, everybody's an FBI agent, don't trust him, just like looking at me, you know. And the guy is starting to laugh too, and she's like, oh, who are you? And he just looks at her and is like, go home, Karen, you're drunk. And she's like, screw you, screw you. And he's like, nah, really, go home, Karen, you're drunk. And she starts like walking over to him like, who do you think you are? You have no idea what my alcohol tolerance is. You have no clue if I'm drunk. I'm not even drunk right now. And she's trying to argue with him and like use drunk person logic about how she couldn't be drunk. And he's just looking at her in the face and screaming over and over again, go home, Karen, you're drunk. And she started to get annoyed. She's like, you won't even talk to me. Like, how am I supposed to prove I'm not drunk if you don't talk to me? And he's like, you don't need to, Karen, you're drunk. I can smell it. Go home, Karen, you're drunk. So she starts getting all annoyed, and her kids are like, Mom, can we please leave? Like, I'm wearing a basketball shirt at the beach. This is bad enough, but now you're, accusing some dude of being in the FBI and arguing with this dude who just keeps screaming at you that you're a Karen and to go home. So, she's like getting pulled on. And finally, I don't know if she had just been arguing with this guy for long enough for it to like sober up a little bit or what, but she's like, that's it, guys, we're leaving. And they go and like packed up all their stuff and left, and the old guy was just kind of standing there. And as she's leaving, she's saying that the FBI and the government will be hearing from this, and like when we overthrow the government, we'll be coming for you too. And she's pointing at me and the old man like, tell your bosses that I know about them. I really had no clue who the old guy is. Like, I guess he could be in the FBI. I can't say with 100% certainty he's not, but I'm pretty sure that the old dude is not in the FBI. So the old lady is screaming about how we're like brainwashing everybody and don't listen to the propaganda, and the entire beast is just kind of like, okay. So she packs up all of her stuff with her kids, and they leave, and the guy with the dog just kind of looks over and waves, and my family waved back, and he kept on walking like a mystical, magical man who was on his way to go save everyone from Karens that day. Maybe that's his community service. He retired, he just like walks around the beaches waiting for people to get out of control just so he can like slap them with a dose of reality. Maybe that's my plan. After this YouTube thing works out, I'll just like start a Karen defense league and go around defending people from people who want to talk to their managers. I'll just roleplay as a manager. You're getting yelled at a Target. May I speak to the manager? Excuse me, ma'am. I am the manager here. So, yeah, apparently I am a secret agent working for the government to brainwash you all, so be on the lookout for that. And while I'm brainwashing you, buy my merch and use code Scrubby at the G Fuel checkout. That's what I'm really trying to brainwash you to do, 100%. Real talk, though, guys, the vacation has been very nice. I've got a couple more videos scheduled ahead of time. I'm going to take a couple more days to just relax a little bit, but I did have videos scheduled ahead, and yeah, my vacation was pretty uneventful other than apparently joining the FBI in my sleep and getting my training, which I'm pretty sad about because I feel like I could put FBI training to great use, okay? Like, what? Come on. A skinny white guy who knows Kung Fu? You think of anything cooler? All right, don't list the long list of everything cooler. Just let me have this one, all right, please? And yeah, on that note, guys, that's going to do it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, I would really appreciate you pressing that like button, commenting down below. If you've made it this far into the video, go ahead and comment the word, I don't know, Elgato down below. If you made it this far, that'll be like the magic surprise word of the day. And yeah, other than that, turn on notifications if you don't have them on already. I upload videos like this every single day. Get yourself some of the merch. Like I said, it is some of the hottest merch to ever exist. I can 100% guarantee you that it will get you a girlfriend. Oprah Winfrey has told me that as well. That's not true, but I'm going to pretend it is. If you like the intro song, a link will be down below. It's on Spotify, all that good stuff, and you should check it out. And yeah, on that note, guys, I'm going to go try to remember some of my FBI training. Maybe if I watch enough Jack Reacher, I'll figure it out. Don't get anyone pregnant, but if you are going to get anyone pregnant, make sure that they're not a Karen and make sure that they're pretty damn hot. And yeah, on that note, guys, hopefully you have an incredible day, and I'll see you all tomorrow with another video. I am out. Bye-bye.